Good evening and welcome to the Star Chamber Show live podcast. It is a little bit of a chilly evening here in central Kentucky, where I, Steven Zimmer, am broadcasting from for episode number 490. Yes, we are only 10 episodes away from the 500 milestone. We're going to have to figure out something special for that night for sure. But all of our shows are special, and we're thrilled that you are here with us to listen and meet an absolutely fantastic guest who I've wanted to have on the show for a long time. In just a few minutes, yes, after we get through the first segment. Holly will not be joining us tonight. I did put that in the post, but she is scheduled to be back next Wednesday. So everybody be on hand to welcome Holly back after quite the ordeal up in Indiana. To say the least, There's, I don't know how many stories she went up. We should probably give her a full episode just to talk about all the adventures that she has had, or at least the ones she's willing to share. And the first person in the chat room tonight, prize goes to award-winning screenwriter and author Carol Pre-Flattish. Carol, one day we're going to get prizes. I promise we're going to get prizes. And I love the picture Carol posted on her account with the purple lighting on the bookcase. That looked sharp. That was cool. Yeah, she's got quite the setup there. Yeah, the purple lighting was pretty awesome. So she says, no need. Yeah, but we have wanted to do prizes for the first person in for so long. And you just know it. As soon as we do, then Carol will be second. No, just kidding. We'll give you a prize. Yeah, just for all the times you've made it in here first. And it looks like award-winning filmmaker and screenwriter and podcaster Amy Lee McCorkle is in the house as well. Chat room is open. Of course, we always take questions, comments, and all that good stuff from the chat room. I will do my best to keep up with it. Hosting solo is a little trickier. Keep an eye on everything because you got the tech side, you've got the chat room, you've got the guest, and it's a little bit to tackle, but hey, did it last week, right? Which was a good show, by the way. Go check that out, featuring Mick Williams. He's always a delight. The pride of Stoke-on-Trent in England, and now here in the Bluegrass on the home front. Yeah, this is tonight's show and last week's show. Yeah, are some home front shows, which make it kind of cool because, of course, we get guests from all over the country. So it's kind of nice to be on the home front for a couple weeks. I guess it's appropriate because of the holidays. And hey, but we're not slowing down. we have kept busy. And so we will give you all the latest updates because, of course, Star Chamber Show is affiliated with the Imaginarium Convention. It is the official podcast of the Imaginarium Convention, now entering its 13th year in Louisville, Kentucky next July. And we always, of course, give you the latest updates. And so here they are. We had another big week of guest announcements and programming announcements. So I'll go ahead and start with the guests, and then I'll give you the new programming additions. Just a little few days ago, we announced award-winning filmmaker, screenwriter, and creative executive Joanne Hess was announced as a spotlighted guest. She's a multi-award-winning screenwriter for film and television and a creative executive with London Angel Film out of Australia. And in addition, she has her own production company, Pure Moxie Productions. And definitely an awesome guest on the film and screenwriting side of things. You definitely want to meet her and see the programming that she is in. Then we also had two panelists announced. We have author and editor Gabby Ann Marin, and she is coming from Australia. I just mentioned Australia a second ago. Well, Gabby Ann Marin is coming from Australia, and she is a great author and editor, an award-winning author and editor, I might add. And she'll be joining us for the first time at Imaginarium. And then author Rose Mayfair is returning. She has not been to Imaginarium since I think it was 2019. I did look that up. And so, yeah, she's in for a big surprise because in the last 6 years, we've grown a lot. And, of course, the current venue is absolutely fantastic. And so I know she's going to absolutely love it. But she's wonderful. She's a romance author, and she will be returning to Imaginarium for the first time in a few years. And then today we announced award-winning author and poet Michael Williams. He's an Imaginarium favorite. In fact, he is in the Imagination Hall of Fame, and he was one of the original Dragonlance authors. Yes, the great series established by Margaret Weiss, and yeah, definitely a household name among fantasy readers, the Dragonlance series. But yeah, he had two novels in that early period, Weasel's Luck and Galen Benighted. And of course, now he's doing some great literary fiction with the City Quartet, and he has a PhD as well and taught at the University of Louisville up until 2022 on. Yes, just a great guy, and yeah, you don't want to miss his programming and meeting him as well. And then, last but not least, we have a new headlining guest, another one. And yeah, our headliners are looking so good right now with Scott Sigler and Heather Graham. We announced New York Times best-selling author Don Bentley. And yes, if you're into thrillers, yes, he is a mega-selling thriller author, and he's the author of the Matt Drake series. And he also wrote 4 novels in the Tom Clancy Jack Ryan Jr. series and 2 novels in the Vince Flynn Mitch Rapp series. So yeah, he's had collaborations with Tom Clancy and Mitch Rapp, and written novels in their franchises as well as his own. And yes, a very bona fide bestseller. He has an incredible military history too. He was a Apache helicopter pilot for a decade, and while deployed to Afghanistan, he was as a troop commander. He was awarded the Bronze Star Medal and the Air Medal with V device for valor. And following his time in the military, he became a special agent in the FBI. So when it comes to his knowledge of stuff in his thriller novels, you can you can pretty much count on it all being pretty authentic. But yeah, and that's it's going to be wonderful to have Don. He's a really great guy, and looking forward to having him join us at Imaginarium as one of our Imaginator guests. And then, of course, we have some more programming to tell you about, some really cool stuff. Yes, this is one of the coolest things is we do get workshops from Lee Pennington. He doesn't give workshops anywhere else these days, but he does at Imaginarium. And his workshop next year is going to be The Poetic Journey, Writing for a Deeper Life. And it's all about creating poetry and waking the senses and opening your eyes to the world through poetry. And it's going to be I mean, people that have participated in his workshops have said how amazing they are. But yes, he is a lifetime poet laureate here in the state of Kentucky, and just an amazing individual. Also is a member of the Imagination Hall of Fame, I might add as well. And then we had 4 new panels added. One, tech, TV, and cinema. And that's exploring the use of emerging new tools and formats in visual storytelling, covering VR, AI, and immersive storytelling, and how the impact of new technologies is affecting film and television productions and content creation. That's going to be a great panel. Then we have realism and fiction, even speculative fiction, and it's a discussion on keeping your work authentic and covering topics from accurate descriptions of injuries, integrating real world physics and logic into fictional settings, and bringing a stronger realism to your writing. And then we also have navigating sensitive topics in your writing. This is one I know a lot of people will probably be interested in. It'll discuss how to navigate controversial and sensitive topics in fiction with cultural sensitivity and realism without self censorship or straying into offending a mass audience. Very important, yeah, when you're walking fine lines there. So definitely a panel I think a lot of people will be interested in. And then, and it's a little similar, but yeah, this is for the film and screenwriting attendees, but authenticity and representation in film and television. It's a discussion on telling global stories with authenticity, and it also includes cultural sensitivity casting and maintaining diverse voices in film and television projects that are set in different historical periods or countries. So that's going to be a really good discussion. I mean, you can tell from all these topics, they're going to be absolutely fantastic. And the moderators for those have not yet been announced. Of course, we're still kind of early in the process. We are adding topics, we are adding workshops, but yeah, moderators will be assigned probably just a little bit later on that. So definitely check back out on the site. And do take a heads up. We added a regular discount period to help people get a break on event tickets this year. This first year we've done it after the early bird period. We have that's definitely the cheapest rates you'll get, but the regular discount is available for 2.5 more weeks. It ends on January 1st. So if you want to get Christmas gifts, they make unique and great Christmas gifts, I think. But you can get a break on single day or full weekend passes for the weekend. So you can get the discounts right now on our site. And also, if you're intending to get awards banquet dinner tickets, do so. They are moving faster than last year, and you have to be a registered attendee, so you do have to get registered with an event ticket to get them, because we have a new system this year. But yeah, you want to try to get those earlier than later, because things are moving much quicker. As I reported earlier, last year we didn't sell our final vendor space until almost April. This year they were sold out by October. So that'll tell you a little bit about how things are moving this year. It's definitely keeping us hopping, to say the least. And so let me see in the chat room. We got some comments in here. Okay, no questions or comments just yet in the chat room. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on y'all in there and like to say hi too. Okay, I can't I'm not going to be able to pronounce it, but the handle GHMZUSSY. Hello to you, and Jay Hatter. Hello to you as well. Welcome. Welcome into the chat room, and glad to have you with us tonight. And of course, you can follow the Star Chamber Show on Blue Sky, on X, on Facebook, and Instagram. We have official Star Chamber Show on Star Chamber Show profiles on all of those sites. So check those out. So now I'll get to the folks so I can keep us on time. Yes, I'm going to keep us on time tonight for our guest segment coming up here. But the people that brought you tonight's show are Per Bostet Publications and Sandy Lender, the Genre Blender. So I'll give you a little bit about Sandy, a little bit about Per Bostet, and then we'll enter our guest segment. But here is Sandy.
Star Chamber listeners already know that author Sandy Lender offers you a variety of spec fiction and epic fantasy adventures to help you escape reality. Did you know she also offers positive, quirky book discussions and reviews on her BookTube channel, Sandy Says Read? Check out the Sandy Says Read channel on YouTube for over 600 book chats to entertain you. The channel includes the Indie Book Spotlight and the DIY for Creatives playlists, along with others to help you find videos and essays that pique your literary interests. Subscribe for free to the Sandy Says Read channel in time for the Monday night upload and join the community where our motto is, you can always find something good in a book.
And yes, Sandy Says Read channel has just got great content, and a lot of it easy to hop over to YouTube and just type in Sandy Says Read, no spaces, and it'll pull her right up, and subscribe to her. I tell her you heard about her on the Star Chamber Show. Now a little bit about Per Bostet. Per Bostet Publications is a small press based in the Louisville metro area, specializing in speculative fiction and other outside-the-box books. With 40 titles in print and ebook formats and a handful of audiobooks, Per Bostet offers a little bit of everything. Check out Frenemies in Space, Marian Allen's new science fiction short story collection featuring return character Smart Mouth Connie Phelan. Or try Michael Dabney's latest David Blaze mystery, A Deadly Game, a prequel set in 1984 Philly. You can find these titles and more at perbostetpublications.com, at Amazon, or you can find the press in person at Kentucky and Indiana book fairs and conventions. Per Bostet Publications, where timeless tales unfold. And yes, they do. And sending out a warm shout out and a happy holiday season to T. Lee Harris, Sarah Marian, and Marian Allen. And lo and behold, folks, yes, we are right on time for the guest segment. How is that? You need to tell Holly, I've 2 weeks in a row. I'm on time for the guest segment, so we're going to roll right into that. Tonight's guest, I am very happy to have with us. She is coming onto the Star Chamber Show for the very first time, but she is no stranger to many of our listeners and many of you in the chat room right now. And she is an artist. She is an author. And she also runs and founded the great writers organization, Kentuckiana Authors. So, yes, it is my pleasure and honor to bring on to the Star Chamber show for the first time the amazing Lucinda Daleo. And
Hello.
Lucinda, you are on, or I can
Hello.
call you. I could be somewhat, casual and call you say Lucy, right? So,
Yes, Lucy is good.
all right, good, good to have you.
Oh, it's
Finally,
wonderful to be here. Yeah,
at last. And
at
are you
last.
are you are you broadcasting from the farm tonight?
Yes, I am. It is nice and cold out here, and I
Yes.
love it.
I Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, because it's definitely chilly down here in Lexington too. So I figured you had a little bit of that there for sure. But
Yeah, it's very open out here. So when we get the breeze, we really get the breeze.
you get the breeze. Yeah, we're supposed to get a little snow at the end of the week too, from the reports, at least in this area. So hopefully, yeah, you won't get deluged at least.
Oh,
But
I'd be fine with that. I
you'll be fine.
love snow. So
Yeah, I do too. I do too. But that's probably because I was the funny thing is most people think I lived in Kentucky my entire life, but I actually came as a small child to Kentucky when my dad became a professor at University of Kentucky. But I was actually born in Denver, Colorado. I didn't stay
oh,
long, but I was
I
born,
was
so I do have a little mountain and a little snow in my blood.
I was born and raised in Colorado Springs.
Nice. That's where my parents met.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where they met.
I love
Yeah,
it.
my
Love it.
dad was from Jersey, and mom was up from the Kansas area, and then they went to school at Colorado State, and yeah, they met out that way. So that is cool.
That is
We have
pretty cool. That is
some
cool.
Colorado connection, but definitely Kentucky connections now, because yeah,
Yes.
you are one of the greats around here. I mean, I've admired all the work you've done over the years, and I was just thinking today of the original one of the original Kentuckiana book events where you had myself and the amazing Ren Garcia, who's a big supporter of the show here.
Oh,
We
yes.
you had us out in the kind of the atrium area of the event place that you were having it, and I had a blast. And
Oh,
so
yeah. We had a lot.
yeah,
We had a lot of fun. Not as many attendees as I would have liked, but that's okay. It was a lot of fun, and it's growing. So yeah. Oh, I miss those book fair days. I had to take a break for health reasons, but now I'm back and revamping Kentuckian authors and getting a move on. So
yeah, I understand because it is a lot. Yeah, people that don't put on events or run organizations and things like that, they don't realize behind the scenes how much goes into it. So, yeah, I understand it completely. You know why you had to take a break, but I mean, your online forum on Facebook has always been popular and has been a great place for Kentucky writers connecting publishers, editors, cover artists, all those kind of folks
yeah.
from this region. So I mean that continued, and that's always been a vibrant community. And I was just thrilled when I heard that you were getting a new site together. You were talking about bringing the events back, and yeah. So tell us where you are now. That kind of got you back to wanting to do all that again.
Well, I took a break on writing for a little bit, but I missed the community because we have such a great community here in Kentuckiana. It's I guess you would say that all of our authors they don't really compete against each other like other communities. We
Right.
support each other more. So it's I loved it and I missed everybody. So um, I decided, you know what? Let's. I'm healthier now. Let's get us back on track, and so that's what I'm doing. So yeah, we have on in our online forum we have 984 members.
Yeah, coming in on the 1,000 mark here very soon, very soon.
Yeah,
And
yes.
and you're right. I love how you mentioned that because I do talk to authors from across the country. Obviously, with Imaginarium, we've got them. We even coming from Australia,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
exciting.
crazy. But I do hear that that we people come here and they do express, how they love the way our regional kind of community is about the not competing, but trying to lift each other up and the
Yeah,
mutual support. And it's not territorial. I've seen a lot of territorial artist communities and writing communities, and this is not one of them. And I love it because everybody works together, and
exactly.
and it's definitely very
Yeah,
healthy.
a healthy
Yeah.
exactly, and even if, like when, the one time when I did come to a Imaginarium, my books weren't for everyone, and, we would send them to other artists. "Oh, here, you would like this person's, go over there, go to," so it's nice that we recommend each other's work, and it makes a great community, and so that's what I wanted to build on, and get everybody back together, and let let Kentucky know what kind of talent we have here. So
Yeah, definitely, definitely, and yeah, and it happens. Yeah, even among the publishing community here, everybody, like, if they can't accommodate author that or that particular author doesn't fit, what that publisher's doing, they'll, it happens all the time. I refer people to other publishers, and they refer people to me, and
yeah,
there's all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, it happens all the time around here, and it's great.
it
It's
is
great,
great.
but yeah, but the author community online on Facebook, has, of course, has run, has continued to run even when you weren't doing the events and the website. But give us a little bit of the roadmap on when you decided to do the new website, and when how that has unfolded.
Well, I would say, it's probably a few months ago that. Well, let me a little bit of background. I was right at 2020, in the middle of COVID. I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, and when you're diagnosed with something like that, and of course, never Google. Whenever you get a diagnosis, never Google it, because
Right.
I was my lifespan was about 5 years, according to Google. But so I went through all kinds of issues, and running tests and MRIs and bone marrow biopsies and things like that. But now it is, I guess, what you would call in remission. So it doesn't look like it's going to advance, and I had a new breath of life, and I was like, "Thank you, Lord, for letting me live some more." So when you uh, when you feel like you only have 5 years left,
Mhm.
your priorities change. And now, that that I do have a new lease on life, I decided, I'm going to have fun, and do what I love the most, and that is this community, organizing events, and just being out there with everybody and reading and enjoying everybody's company. So that's what I decided to do. So so this year, I decided to jump all in. It was my 5 year mark of the diagnosis, and they had lowered my probability, of any type of full blown cancer. They had lowered it, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of this, and so I went and got the website revamped, and started. When when you get a whole new website, all of these ideas come to mind. You're like, oh, I can do this and I can do that. So what we're going to do this year, that is different than all the other events that I've done, and I'm really excited. I have joined together with a lady, Sherry Kremer, and she has Art Spark, and she does just craft fairs around Kentucky. But she is going to be hosting our writer's block in Shelbyville. So, but what we're going to do to promote our authors is we are doing a book cover contest. And I don't know if anybody who has been on the the website or on the Kentuckiana Authors Facebook page. This book cover contest is for middle and high school students, and the grand prize winner gets $1,000, which is pretty huge for
Yeah,
um,
that's very
for a
substantial.
middle and high school student.
Yes. Yeah.
But the best part about it, aside from the student getting all the money, is their school receives $500. So it's a school pride thing, and for those we'll have 9 finalists in this contest, and what they do is they have to do the complete cover, because as authors, especially independent authors, we all know that we don't just write the book, but we have to promote it, and we have to write the blurb in the back, design the cover, and everything. There's a lot more that goes on than just
yes.
writing down a story, so so I thought, you know what, let's get these emerging creatives, these kids that are coming out of high school, and they really have nowhere to start. Some of them want to be writers, and so let's give them a little challenge, something to focus on, and so that's what we're doing. So the contest, uh, everyone has to um, do the same book title, and the book title is called Megan's Menagerie. Now, you get 10 different people, and they'll come up with 10 different ideas for what Megan's Menagerie it could be, like for me, my first thought as a writer of serial killer fiction is, all of the bodies that could be in her basement, and for others it could be, a collection of animals or something. So
Right.
you know what I mean? Her menagerie could be completely different, and so that's what I want these kids to explore and to have fun. And so they have to design the cover. They have to write the blurb in the back. They don't have to write the story or the novel. They're just coming up with ideas. It's like a writing prompt, and that's what we're doing. So we'll have 9 finalists, and then at the when we announce the finalists, we are going to post their artwork at the festival, the Dogwood Festival, here in Shelbyville, Dogwood Artisan Festival Showcase. Okay, here in Shelbyville, Kentucky, and then there's a second chance for them to win if they don't win the grand prize, because there's going to be a public vote for all of these kids' artwork, and it's called the penny vote, and it goes by weight. So you go and you just drop a few pennies in whichever piece you like the most, and whichever jar has the most weight in pennies wins. So if we can get these schools competing against each other, it's the schools that will win this money, along with the students. So it's not just for the teenagers to come and do this artwork, but it's for Kentuckian authors to get our name into the school, and to get our website with all of the authors, for these kids to come in and visit our website and look at the authors and be like, you know what, this is my neighbor from down the street, and look what they've done with all of their writing. I can do it. So that's what we're trying to do. Just build up the writing community, starting in school and then building it up to grown, mature adults like us.
Well, that is awesome, and I love that that you're going to give another use for pennies now that they're discontinuing pennies, the making of pennies.
I know.
So hey, now you're going to find a good use for those pennies.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the banks will still, take them in trade, at least for a while, until they,
Oh yeah,
but
absolutely.
it does still spend. We just can't give any change, but it'll just be fun. But it's mainly to get the kids out, the kids to
Sure. Yeah.
to come talk to the authors. So when we do have the writer's block, and they're there, with their parents, with their teachers, their librarians, who are dropping pennies into their jars to vote, they'll be there talking to all of these local authors who say, yeah, I can make a living doing this.
Yeah.
Or some of those that's just like, I'm just writing for part time, and this is just what I do for fun. So I think it's kind of neat.
Yep.
That's yeah. So that's what we decided to do. It's a way to get the Kentuckiana author's name out, and when you
Mhm.
get that name out, it gets all of those who have joined the website out. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
And you're holding a great place because Shelbyville has a lot going on. Of course, I've talked about Lynn Tincher and
yeah, oh
From
yeah,
the Ground Up Books, and I just became, by the way, a mentor with Pen Crafters as of last week. So I didn't know it at the time of the episode with Mick, but that developed like the next day or so. And I was like, so that was like kind of a new thing. But like she's got that all that happening down at From the Ground Up Books, and then you have like Leah Pugh and her Bullitt County Authors Fair, which I've loved attending. I mean, you've got a lot of stuff going on in it's a very active writing
yes.
community there at Shelbyville, so that's a great location for this. I mean,
It's
for
well,
sure.
it's right in between, Lexington and Louisville, so we're kind
Mhm.
of smack in the middle here.
Yeah,
But we are reaching out to Bowling Green and all, everywhere in
all
Kentucky.
over.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, all over.
Yeah, plus you're encouraging young artists at a time when it's a little disheartening with all this AI stuff kind of creeping into everything.
Yes.
And it's good to do something like, especially to get big prize and high exposure. And I mean, it's a very positive thing to
Oh
be
yeah.
doing when, when they're, maybe a little shaky about, hey, what's happening with AI? Because I know
Yeah.
authors are rallying around authentic cover artists. Authors are
Exactly.
supporting cover designers, and I think that will be conveyed to them, as they talk to the authors, the
Yes,
students.
yeah. Yeah, we want and that's the thing with the rules of the contest. No AI
Oh yeah.
whatsoever,
Well, I figured that. Yeah,
yeah,
figured that.
absolutely no AI. I'm not gonna have
Yeah.
some, six-fingered, you know, model on there. You know how well AI does work sometimes. So three-legged ladies. Um,
Right.
so no,
Yeah.
we're gonna we they have to have has to be hand drawn, painted, whatever. And I do ask that they take a picture of their progress in case anything comes into question. So so it's kind of like when we were in school, how they told you to check your work, and you have to show all your work, and that's what I'm asking. Show your work. We want
Mhm.
to know that you're authentic,
Yeah.
and you put your heart and soul. I mean, it's $1,000. It's not a little coloring contest.
Oh
So
yeah. Well,
yeah,
they just had it was, I think, in Australia. I want to say it's Australia. Could be wrong. So don't hold me to that. But it was a major contest, and I think a couple of the finalists or winners, they discovered that they had used AI, and they got disqualified like
yeah, yeah.
immediately. So yeah, it's an issue for sure. So I don't blame you for doing the check. Making
Yes. Oh
sure
yes.
it's up to par. You got a shout out from the chat room. Nick in the chat room says, "Great to hear your voice again, Lucinda." So,
Hey, hi Nick. Hey.
so you got a shout out from the chat room there. But that's great as far as everything about it. Where you're hosting it, the size of the prize, the encouraging creative art, and definitely. I mean, I think that's going to be a fun event. And yeah, please let us know how we can help publicize that as it rolls forward too.
Yeah, I'm just
But,
trying to right now. I'm just trying to get into the schools because I think the school librarians. I mean, especially if they win, $500 for a school library goes a long
mhm.
way. So,
Sure it does. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
if there's any school librarians out there, then come find me and I'll send you
Mhm.
the links and all that good stuff to get these kids on board.
Yeah, the author L.J. Mack, who often is listening in the chat room, she's with the public library system here in Lexington. I bet you she would have connections with all the Lexington area
Oh yeah,
school librarians. But L.J., if you're listening,
if you're
please get a hold
listening,
get a hold of Lucy for sure, because that would be great. Yeah, to help on that front. But that's okay. So what's the timetable again for the
oh, okay. So
fi-
the opening right now that we just announced announce the contest, and that way the kids can get thinking. The submission window opens December 26th, and it closes March 9th. So it gives plenty of
Yeah,
time to,
it's a good window.
get down the details and all of that, and to check and double check and realize what side of the page. It's funny because when you think of a book cover, a lot of kids don't realize that when you open up the book cover, the front page is, the front cover is on the right. Do you know what I mean? So when you're opening up a book and you expect to see the book cover, a lot of the kids that I was talking to, they're like, oh, okay, I'll, start my picture on the left and then write the blurb on the other side. I'm like, no, open up a book cover, backwards, and it doesn't go how you read. I don't know if I'm conveying that right, but
no, you can like if you do like a layout, yeah, it's on the right, and then the other parts on with the back.
It's on the left, but it seems backwards.
In a complete like a wrap, like you.
Yeah. So
sure.
So
I know what you meant.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why we're writers. It's one thing to be
most people don't think about the layout of a book cover. Yeah, you just kind of take it for granted when you read a book or look through it. But yeah, when you actually see the book wrap, it is left to right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Back to front. Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a little different.
So they'll get points off if they get that backwards.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That'd be an unusual looking book.
Yes.
The cover on the back of the book and the synopsis on the front.
That's how we'll know. Okay, you know what?
That's how it print. That's how it print.
That's how it print.
but yeah, that sounds awesome, and I love the names. Megan's Menagerie. Yeah, that's awesome.
Isn't that a great? Name. Yeah, I thought that'd be a lot of fun because it opens it up to a lot of ideas. So.
Yeah, so even if you do take, like you said, the animals, meaning it could be Island of Dr. Moreau.
Exactly.
A little more of a horror fiction kind of.
It could be darker and who knows what could be bugs. I mean, really, it could be anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And another feature that you have on the site, which I think is great, and give a shout out to David Coomer, who I've been seeing him do a lot. And doing a lot of events and definitely getting some books out. And but you have your featured author of the week. So would you like to talk about that?
Yes. So we're doing a featured author of the week, and it's not it's not like a paid. Nobody pays to get on to be an author of the week. It's all the basic member is free, but when you are author of the week, and I'm just going in order of who sent in their information. So nobody think that I'm biased or anything. I'm just going all in order. Then they get their interview pinned up, and so we can get to know our authors a little bit more than just the picture and the link out to their Amazon site. So so it's pretty fun, and some of the answers that these authors have come up with are hilarious. Hilarious. So there's one in particular that I can't wait until she gets up there, and I don't want to spoil anything. But,
right.
Yeah, but yeah, some of the answers are fantastic. Especially the Klondike bar. What would you do for a Klondike bar, and your most embarrassing moment and things like that. So it's kind of it's nice to get to know these authors a little bit more than you get an insight into their mind when you read their work, but that doesn't always tell the story. So this is kind of nice to get to know them a little bit in a
Their
different.
personalities, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
what kind of personalities they have, because yeah, there's a wide variety of characters in our regional writing
Oh,
community.
yes, indeed.
And endless entertainment, let me tell you. But yeah, I invite people to check out David's profile under the featured author of the week, and that's right up there on the top of your site next to the cover contest announcement.
Yeah.
And 'cause, yeah, he is definitely a go getter, and definitely
Oh,
a
yes.
good author, a good writer. So,
And then
and then
when you scroll down, we have the events calendar,
yes, which is cool.
that
A location map. It's
isn't
cool.
that
You
really
see
neat?
that location map, you could already see the little, all the little
All
events.
the dots of
Yeah,
you are here type of thing. Um,
yeah.
and so so anybody listening, if you have an event, just
Mhm.
let me know. Get onto the website and you can um, contact us and put in an event request, and I'll put it up. So it'd be great to have the calendar loaded, especially as these kids are starting to put in their contest entries.
Mhm.
You do want to have all of your events available on the calendar so they can come see you. They can get excited. They can, um, go to various readings or uh,
So
writers groups. Yeah.
will, like, if an author is doing a book signing, will that
Yeah.
count as okay? Things like that.
Yes.
Okay, because
Every
yeah,
we accept anything from the literary community, whether
it's
it's
public.
a
Okay,
signing, whether it's a writing group, um, even if it's a book fair. Yes, anything. So I always hated reading about an event 2 days after it happened. And I
yeah.
was frustrated.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
how come I didn't, But unless you follow individual pages or
Mhm.
individual authors, you never know what's going to happen. And that was so
Yep.
frustrating. So this will be a central location for everyone um, to go to. So
Yeah, or
yes,
newer author, it's daunting, to try to figure out what's happening that they can participate in, and what
exactly.
book fairs, what places that have multi-author events, craft fairs, whatever it may be. But
Yes.
yeah, having a hub like this is very helpful for a new author to the community to
Oh
be
yeah.
able to
Oh yeah.
connect to all that, and
Yeah. And then
that's
we do have
awesome.
especially for the new authors, we have the resources
Yes, I was going to
down at the
mention that
bottom.
next. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about, yeah, that's gonna be building up. Yeah, I see a
We
lot
are
of
building
stuff.
up. So if any
Yeah.
any writers out there or publishers or anything has uh, um, have any blogs or links or writing skills, marketing help, you know, author
Mhm.
etiquette, which is nice. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that's a useful one.
that is
Yeah.
a very useful one. Um, you know, it helps to help these new authors, because authors are readers also. So you're not just
Mhm.
helping them; you're helping yourself.
Well, you
So
better be a reader if you say you're an author.
I know, I
That's
know,
how you
right?
that's how you get better as a writer, is reading. So,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
But, yeah, you have writing skills, publishing help, query letters, marketing help, and author etiquette. I mean, those are yeah, those are key topics,
key
to say
topics.
say the
Yes.
least. Yeah, because that's something I get asked about all the time. Yeah, people are always marketing is always shifting and evolving with our current industry. How
Yeah.
it's the vast change that has occurred in just the last decade, even. So that's
Oh yeah, and especially with the now, like you said, with the AI uh, coming into play,
uh-huh. Yeah.
it's a good marketing tool to say not written by AI. This
Hmm.
is not regurgitated,
Right.
junk um, that 20 other people have
Yeah.
published in the last hour. So
Yeah, and then these poor authors are getting people attacking them for using like M dashes and stuff. Like, people thinking they're writing, they're using AI because they have M dashes. It's
yeah,
just crazy. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's
you, you
all the
do need to.
nitpicking. But but that's why it's that's why our community, I think, is so
Yeah,
much different because we don't attack each other like I've seen
no,
other
no,
authors.
it's
It's
not.
just like,
It's
what,
not.
let's,
It's
yeah.
not toxic. Yeah, and
No, it's
that's
not.
something that I'm fiercely want to defend, because I mean
Yeah.
that's the vibe we want. Like, for instance, an Imaginarium, and we've always defended that. We've always
Yeah.
made sure it's not a toxic environment. Because I've seen toxic environments before, and it's no, you don't want any part of that. No.
Oh, it's yeah, and especially in today's climate anyway, nowadays, uh,
Mhm.
there are a lot of toxicity. There's a lot of talk. See, that's why I'm
Yeah,
a writer.
unfortunately, yeah.
I don't have my editor editing my how I speak, but but yeah, um it's nice to join a community. It's nice to walk in to Imaginarium and everybody's
Mhm.
happy to see you. It's like cheers,
Mhm.
you know?
And it works that way when you go to, like, for instance, the Bullitt County Authors Fair, or
Yeah,
you go to, the Kentucky Book Fair, or you go to, any others, any other book event.
yeah.
It's the same kind of thing happens.
Everybody's
Yeah.
happy to see you, and
Bluegrass Writers Coalition, they're great.
oh yeah, yeah.
Conference of Writers in the spring, same thing. You go in there, boom, it's the same vibe, same welcoming. It's great.
It's a great
Yeah.
community, and that's what I want to promote, and pretty much focus on building everybody up. To me, it's
Yeah.
easier for me to build everybody else up than to build me up. So that's what I like to do, is just to get our community um, up and out and in the face of other people. So it's
Well, the rest of us want to help build you up. That's why I have you on the show tonight.
oh
Well,
yeah.
I'm always going to advocate you, because I've known you for a long time, and you've always championed authors. I mean, this is not something that you're just started doing. I mean, I've watched you do this for years, and you've always been supportive of authors. So yeah, I can vouch for you. I've known you long enough, for sure. But yeah, the resources section, I think that's a area that's going to be very valuable as it grows as well. And
Yeah. Oh, it's it'll be nice. So if you have any input, please, yeah, let me know. Okay, let's. I'm reading
very
the
clean
comments.
design too. Very clean design too. Yeah, it's a very easy
Isn't
to
that neat?
navigate site.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my website guy, um, who is an author, also an author. Um, he was having a great time designing it, Chris Wiggum, and
Hmm.
yeah, he would he'd be like, let me try this and let me try that, and so I'm like, hey, have at it, and let's just see what you can do. And I was
Yeah.
very, very impressed. I like the clean look as much as I would love to have big obnoxious colors. When you're searching for things, you need a nice
Hmm.
clean look. So
Yes, you do. And yeah, because otherwise, if it's too cluttered and and you can't find the information you're looking for, it's
yeah.
sometimes that's tough. But you did get another shout out from Nick. He said, Lucinda helped encourage me to get my first music copyrights. I'm still writing and performing. Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
So,
I okay.
and there's a lot of folks that can vouch on your support. Yeah, for sure, out there. And
I
but
am I am blushing.
but but now I do want to touch on, we did talk about events, and you are planning to resume official Kentuckiana authors events. So can you
Oh,
give us a little insight into what you're maybe looking at there?
yeah, well, right now we're with the Art Spark Productions. We
Okay.
are having writers blocks, so so it's going to piggyback uh, kind of on her events. And the reason I'm doing that is because her events are craft fair
Yep.
events, um,
Those are
and
good. I talk
and
about them all the time on the show.
yeah,
I
yeah,
encourage her.
do
Yeah.
craft fair events, and so that way, when we do the craft fair, and craft fair attracts people who want to be creative. They want something different, and so um, it's nice to get these customers who buy a piece of artwork and they're feeling, like they want something more, so they'll come to the authors, these writers blocks. So that's what we're doing, and she was instrumental in helping me um, uh, uh, raise money for the this contest for
Mhm.
these kids. You know, I mean, me coming up with with the prize money is a lot. So yeah, so she was wonderful um, in helping that. So we're going to kind of piggyback on hers, but um, as much as I love the events, I'd rather promote everybody else's event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there are so many people who do such great work, like your Imaginarium and the Kentucky Book Festival, and all of these Bullitt County, all
Yeah.
of these events
Yeah.
that are well established, well run, um, and have a great turnout. That I'd rather promote them, and then if you happen to be at an art fair that she's putting on, then you'll see the writer's block.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. But with the contest, eventually in the future, we're hoping to get a Kentuckiana authors mobile bookstore. So
Nice. All
yeah,
right.
isn't that going to be cool? That'll be
That's
really cool.
cool.
So we're going to be doing a mobile bookstore, traveling all around Kentucky. Um, you when it's ready, you all will be sending in your books, and I bring them out on the uh, to different various craft fairs. And so if you're doing a book convention, a writers event, and you can't always make it to you know Cynthiana, Kentucky, because you're already in Lexington or something, then I'll be there with your book promoting it. So that's what we're hoping to do, is just to have a mobile bookstore, and to travel around, and I think that'll be kind of nice. So
Yeah, I want to say, and like I said, I could be wrong, but I remember you like sloths, the animal. Is that
yes,
correct? Yeah,
yeah,
you love sloths. You need to use yeah, like maybe a really artsy art style, the cartoon styled sloth is
yeah.
in your iconography as the mascot or something for
I
that.
know I should
I
do
can
something.
see it, the vehicle with that on it, like a
And
sloth with the book. That'd be
I was
awesome.
so excited. I actually got to pet one last
Did
year.
you?
Oh my god!
Nice.
I was, sloth looked at me like I was an idiot. I'm crying. I'm so excited to see this this sloth. But
Holly would be like that too. Holly would be like that too. Yeah,
oh my gosh, it was so
I get it.
exciting. I saw a sloth and a capybara and a porcupine. You know how cute porcupines are, and they are
Did you go to that
small.
Kentucky site? The one? Did you go to that? Because
No,
I heard there's a place in Kentucky that has capybaras and
and
sloths and things.
yeah, and it had a capybara and a sloth and a
Yeah,
porcupine, and it's here closer to Shelbyville by Carissa's.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that little a
I've
little
heard about it.
safari something. I think
Yeah, I
I
heard
forget.
about this. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they are wonderful. And they have this guinea pig. Um,
Hmm.
the guinea pigs are just all around. It's like a whole big playpen of guinea pigs, like a ball pit of guinea pigs. It is the cutest thing in the whole world. So, yeah. So I got to pet a sloth. I was so excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The things that make us happy.
Made a dream come true. I
Oh,
get it. I
absolutely.
get it. I'm still on a
Absolutely.
quest to pet a lion. That'll be a little trickier, but
Yeah.
but but
The Tiger King is,
Holly
yeah.
yeah, I don't plan to go that far with it, but yeah, as far as like having one,
That
but
is hilarious. Yeah.
but Holly, yeah, she has a affinity for sloths as well, so I know, yeah, that would be a big
Yeah.
deal for her too. Yeah.
That is it was definitely those what do I get somebody who has everything type of gift. That was one of the best. My husband did that for me, just
Oh,
out of the
perfect.
blue. So that's a great
Well,
a
he
great gift.
knocked it out of the park then, because
Yeah, he always does, though. I mean, he really does does well. So
I remembered that about you. I was like, yeah, you always like sloths.
oh
So
yeah, oh yeah.
I was like, you got to use that in some of the imagery or iconography for your forthcoming events and stuff.
Hanging out on the A of the Kentucky
Right.
the logo, right? Wouldn't that be fun? You
I
know,
think it would be. That'd be
I
cool.
should get that. I should get that done. And we have a oh, we're getting close to the end, aren't we? Okay.
Oh,
Anyway,
we can go a few minutes over if
okay.
we need to.
Um,
Don't worry. Because I haven't even gotten to talk to you about. I want to ask you about your writing before we wrap up. But
oh, okay.
yeah.
I have we started. Of course, we have authors, but we've started adding illustrators to our
Mhm.
group.
Yeah.
Mainly because people are starting to kind of shy away from the typical, click, click and pay AI book covers, and so
Yeah.
now we have a few uh, illustrators, and I think it's really neat. I should get her, the one I just
Yeah.
approved. I should get her to do a sloth for me, but um,
Absolutely.
yeah. So
I think it'd
it's
be
kind of
great.
nice. So I'm hoping to add that, like a little page for the illustrators
Yeah.
on the website. It'd be
Yeah.
good.
Like a little cover design illustration section. Yeah.
Yeah. For
That'd be awesome.
illustrators and one for editors. I'd like to have one for editors, one for illustrators, and formatters. So I'm trying to build up the website right now as it is, and then we'll add a few
Yeah.
more.
But
Um,
I think the working with craft fairs is a great idea because I've talked about this all the time on the show. When you go out of the box and you're doing something that's not just a book event, but there are other kinds of art and things
yes.
there. I always encourage people do them because sometimes you'll have some of your most successful days because
Oh
there's
yeah.
always readers in those crowds. I mean, even if
Always. Yeah.
because people always come in groups and they come in groups of friends and this and that and there's always readers in
Yes.
those crowds and they're very open to book buying and it's a really good environment. So
Well,
yeah, I want
and especially when people go to those craft fairs, they're always looking to support local. So
to.
support your local artist, and so that's what they do. They just go to um, support and they you may not have their genre that they want to read, but they'll buy anyway and try it out. So it's kind of nice to go to those. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I do want to, because we've been talking so much about the website, I do want to give the URL Kentuckiana-authors.com.
Yes.
So Kentuckiana, Kentuckiana dash authors.com. Kentuckiana dash authors.com. Yeah, I
And
want to make sure
the
people know it.
old
Yeah,
the
the
old
URL.
website also connects to it.
Does it? Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Because I
Yeah.
have you bookmarked, so yeah, I know where you're at.
Yeah.
But real clean website, and yeah, easy to find everything on there. Resources, the authors. You got a nice bar, and the bar is dynamic too. It changes while you're on
Yeah.
front. Yeah, it
For the
shifts.
authors, it rotates them, yeah, without it being busy. Yes.
Yeah, you got Carol Preflatish on there right now. Michael Houchin, Maddie James, and Linda Ellen are the four on there this
Really,
second.
for right now, I have
Yeah,
Pamela Turner, Shannon McRoberts, Bill Frisbee,
yeah.
and S. Cinders. Isn't that funny? It's different for me.
That's awesome. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it cycles different on different browsers.
yeah,
That's
that's pretty neat.
cool. Well, it just changed. Now we have Karina Schrodel, Jennifer L. Barnes, Melanie Janes, and Wayne D. Kramer. See, so
There you go.
so
I have Matthew Allen Hughes, Kay Clark, Lori. I don't know how to say her last name. Sword, and Loretta Kendall.
nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of neat how it
Yeah.
changes for different for both of us. That's kind of
Well,
neat.
see, you just learned something new about your site.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. That's neat. I thought it was the same for everybody. So good.
Yeah, there's Lorinda Kendall and Sarah Goodwin, Marion Allen, and Carol Preflatish came back up. They're showing some love to Carol. She came up twice.
No, 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 wait till you read Sarah, uh, her author interview is
Yeah,
it's
it's
fantastic.
awesome. I will definitely check that out for sure. For
When she
sure.
gets up, it'll be a few, but yeah,
If
but
you But now I do want to ask you, like I said, we've covered the site extensively, Kentuckiana authors, and what the path to it, and I'm assuming that when you had your diagnosis, creatively and everything, things got disrupted, obviously, because
yeah,
you dropped back from things.
Yes.
But you are an excellent writer, and I love, your work is really good. I hope that you are getting back into that, and I just wanted to give you a chance to talk about where things are at with you writing wise these days.
Yes. I've changed my writing. It's no longer the dark serial killer. I
Mhm,
mean, when you're already writing dark, it's hard to get out of that. But God kind of flicked me on the head and said, "No, I need you to go another way."
mhm.
But I'm writing a middle grade fiction,
Nice.
and I'm
Yeah.
real excited about it. Um, it's about apes. I know it just sounds really funny, but it's about apes, and it's a lot of fun. And how it is when you write. Your mind just gets stuck, and you have to sit there for hours until you finish a complete chapter or a thought or something. And then you sit back for a few days, and then you jump back in, and so that's what's been going on with this. I can't get them out of my mind, these primates jumping all over my house. Um so it's kind of
I
fun,
can't I
and
can't get over tuxedo cats jumping all over the house. I got that happening all the time, but
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but primates, that's a whole nother level.
Primates are a whole nother story. And but I love them, and it's really cute, and I can't wait to get it out. And and I have my illustrator all lined up, and um, so I just need to get it complete, and get it
Yeah,
get it moving. I need to get moving, I guess. So, yep.
you bet you do, 'cause you're a really talented writer, and I definitely wanna see you coming
Thank
out
you.
and on the
Yeah.
book front with things and
So, yeah.
doing your
Ho-
own appearances, and,
Hopefully by next year. If I'm not caught up in the rapture, then by next year it'll
yeah.
be out. So we'll be, yeah.
So barring Rapture, then
Barring the rapture, yeah.
yes, we'll
Yeah.
see a new book
If
from
I
you,
disappear, then you'll know why, but
and I'll
otherwise
know why.
expect it next year. Yes.
Well, yeah, I hope I disappear too then.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
But but
If you're still here, then
yeah, it's gonna be a little tough, but
then you need to
yeah.
read something else besides my monkey book. Yeah.
But no, that's great news though, because I wanted to touch on that briefly and give you a chance to talk about that side of you as well. But is there anything that we have not covered tonight that you wanted to make sure to spotlight? Because I want to make sure we give you the floor tonight.
No, no, I appreciate you having me on, and I'm so excited about everything um, that's going to happen. And tomorrow, so we are doing, the St. Jude or the Jude's Jingle Tree.
Yeah.
For
Mhm.
Okay, um, so I got a little bit delayed, but tomorrow we're going to drop off the books that we've collected, the children's books for the Home of the Innocents, and we've raised over $100 for that. The Kentuckian
Nice.
authors have raised, yeah, so that's really neat. Very happy, um, to get that, and for all of those um, who donated, Dave Creek and Manny James, and yeah, so it's wonderful. And let's see, so that's going to be next, and then I'm just still promoting um, the book cover contest, and
Mhm.
I think that's it. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm focusing on now.
Great. Well, I've just had a great time talking with you tonight. It's great to get to talk to you for an extended period because we don't
Yeah,
often get that chance.
yeah. Usually
Uh,
it's in
yeah,
passing. Oh, hey, yeah,
passing in the middle of crazy events and this.
yeah,
So it's
exactly.
nice, and you are welcome back here anytime. You just let me know when you have something you need to get word out on. I mean, we will definitely bring you back on, and maybe do a follow up on the cover contest. That might be a good one
Oh yeah. Oh
to
yeah. Oh,
do a
you know
follow
what
up
would be
on.
really fun is if we could have the winner on, and they
Yes,
could tell us what.
that's what
Wouldn't
I'm
that be
thinking.
cool?
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe you and the winner could be guests because
Yeah.
we can have multiple guests. We have no
Oh,
problem with that. So
that
we
would
can
be
do that.
really fun. What a fun thing for
Yeah,
a
we'll count on that.
school age kid to
Let's
do.
do that.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Yeah, for sure. And keep me up to date. And of course, always let us know how we can help. And Holly definitely misses being on the show tonight. We're just running through an ordeal. That's
Oh,
or yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I mean, it's
well,
been a
she'll
gauntlet
explain
run.
when she gets back, right?
Yep. Next, she'll be talking. Well, she may not share every story, but yeah, she'll probably share some of the adventures. But yeah, but the baby was born with the birth went well,
Oh,
and
good.
but the baby's still up at UC, and because it's not able to hold an oxygen, healthy oxygen level, so the baby
Oh,
is still up there, and has to be on oxygen around the clock right now. So yeah, but that's one small update I can give. But
okay.
the baby hasn't been able to go home yet, and when the baby does get to go home, it will will also have to be on oxygen at home. But
Oh,
they haven't released the baby yet. But the baby was born successfully with no big problems there. So
good,
that's
good.
good
All
news.
right. Well, we'll continue to
Mhm.
pray and
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. But that's the otherwise Holly would be here and talking
Yeah.
slots with you. The show would
Yeah.
go another probably half an hour longer if
Oh my
with you two
goodness, I know.
talking
And
slots. That's what
going
would
back and
happen.
forth. Did you see this video of the
Yeah,
sloth? Did you see this
yeah,
one? Yeah.
yeah. Holly would definitely talk to you about that for a while. But I love them too. I actually had a trip where I did get to see one down in it was in Costa Rica. Yes, that's where I was. It was a trip with my mom when she was still here, and we did get to see one down there.
That
So
is really cool. Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was cool. It was cool. Didn't get to hold one, so you've got me beat. But it was in a tree. It was in a
It
tree.
was really
Yeah,
neat. Loved it.
yeah.
Loved it. So,
But thank you for joining us tonight,
well,
Lucy.
thank
This
you
was
for having
great.
me.
Anytime, and we'll definitely have you back. And yeah, you have a good night, and don't get well. Stay warm. I know you like snow, but stay warm too.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
like the cold. I'm good with the cold.
Yeah, and any social media? Do you want to give out any? We gave the URL for the website, but is there any kind of social media you want to share for yourself or the Kentucky authors?
No, well, if you get on Facebook, and if you're a teacher or school admin or something, and then we have a contest page for the book cover, so it's a Kentucky Authors book cover contest. Um,
Mhm.
that would be great to promote. But otherwise, yeah, no, it's just go to the website and you'll see everything there.
Awesome. Well, you have a good night, and this has been a great show, and looking forward already to the next time having you on again.
It sounds great, and thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. You have a good night, Lucy. Take
You
care.
too. All right, bye.
Night. So, folks, that was a great show. I have been wanting to have her on the show for a long time, and now we've achieved that. And we will definitely get her back on with the cover artist who wins this contest. I think that'd be a great show. So, have a good night, everybody, and check in with us next week at this time, 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday night. And we will have another fantastic guest for you from the creative world. But for now, stay creative. And we're signing off for now. Good night, everyone.